ready to go. I'm extremely excited because if you haven't found out through our socials yet, promoting this episode, we just added a new member to the family, and Shana Davidson is joining the Limelight team, and I really am thankful that you reached out to do this. I'm super excited for you to be on board. This is really fucking cool.
I'm really excited. I finally found like a group of people that like I mesh with really well, and honestly, I haven't felt like that since I started working at Absolute Punk, and that was
Oh,
I don't know. I mean, Absolute Punk hasn't been a thing since for like what 4 years now.
I believe so.
So
Yeah.
yeah, and so yeah, like those people I like really mesh with well, and a couple of other publications, but like I haven't found anything since. It just never ever clicked.
That's crazy. It's hard to really find people that are passionate about what you and I are interested in with this scene. But I mean, like all the other candidates that were interested in the position, like they were just as passionate too. But I think your knowledge, like right out of the gate, was super fascinating. Like I was like, we just had a conversation without skipping a beat, and I was like, this is like talking about 4 Years Strong and a Day to Remember and Warp Tour this and this and that. It's just like nonstop. I was like, I don't think we're ever gonna get off the phone. And like your resume too really popped out. I was
But
like,
that's good.
yeah, it's great. I was like, we should be recording this conversation right now. Like, what is going on?
Well, you even joked. You were like, if we were recording this, the episodes would be 2 hours long.
It's not a bad thing as long as it's good
No, it's
conversation.
not.
Yeah, but I'd have to clip it into series. You know what I mean? Like, like part one and part two, and dude, it's so fucking cool, dude. And like, but like right at the gate, like I was super impressed with you, and like I definitely had to interview everybody else, which I've never interviewed candidates for anything before. So I was like, this is gonna be interesting, and I loved you right at the gate. I was like, fuck, like I don't think anybody can top her.
I
Everybody that
mean,
interviewed was great, but I'm just saying, like, it was just, I don't know, it just clicked so well, so quickly.
when you're in like the same scene and you like kind of know the direction that you're going with, and like you're in the same direction, it just like it worked. So like if you're not into the Warp Tour scene, then it's hard. That's what I call it. I just call it my music genre is Warp Tour. That's what I listen to.
It should be just classified as Warped Tour. Like any band that's an alumni or like was inspired by those bands, all the alumni, just call them Warped Tour.
Yes.
What's your genre? Warped
Yeah,
Tour.
it's Warp Tour. Like that's how cause like me trying to explain from like Turnover to Man Overboard to Fall Out Boy to this to that, it's like that's not gonna work. It's Warp Tour.
And you just named
And
like a whole bunch of different types of pop punk bands too, which is like gets
yeah,
into a whole description in itself. But that's a whole conversation too, like the different styles of pop punk. Okay.
so about what I want to say 2 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
I figured out that like easy core is like like I think I always knew what easy core was, but I didn't think of the like 4 years strong. I guess is technically easy core,
Correct.
but like I never knew that.
That's okay. Nobody really knew.
Yeah,
It was like a subgenre that was like not as popular, and like it was basically Newfound Glory, early ADTR, and Chunk No Cap and Chunk. That's basically like the founding of it. And like set your goals, I
right.
guess. I don't know. I don't know how that falls into it, but
Yeah, that's why I
right.
say Warped Tour. I'm just avoid it all. Forget it.
You're
They
so
all
right.
played it.
We need to
Like,
normalize
I'm
that
not
as a
gonna have a
genre.
conversation with someone.
Let's just
Oh
normalize the
man.
genre for Warped Tour, please. Like we should just get on that shit. Like it only makes sense too. Like it's
Yeah.
so fucking funny. Oh man, what a relief too. Because I was kind of worried. I also shout out to Abby Claire for posting that wanted position in a Facebook group because I asked her. She is a publicist for Chris Russo, who we just recently had on, and he's independent. And she's like, that's not up my alley, but I could post this in a group. And I was like, yeah, sure. And then like I think like 10 to 13 people reached out. I was like, this is really cool. So we'll see what's going on.
Shout out to Girls Behind the Rock show. That's where she posted it.
Okay, that's what it
And
was.
it's a group of like 10,000 people.
Wow.
If you identify as either female or they them.
Okay.
Um, and you, hmm and or non-binary.
Okay.
And so, yeah, it's, I mean, not for this to sound, it doesn't sound terrible. It's basically, unless you, everyone, everyone but straight white men.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's
And
not a
like, I
bad
mean,
thing.
yeah, and like, even as a man, like, you can fully admit that, like, women are, and anyone that's not, a white man does kind of look down upon a lot in every, and not even just music, everywhere. And so, like, to have a group of people really come together and support one another, it's just, I've never seen a group of people that are just so supportive. And it is wonderful to have in such a, like, a male dominated industry.
Absolutely. That's why I fully support it.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, like it's kind of like common sense. Like it is a male dominated industry. And it's thankfully now in these times I see women and non-binary gender individuals, they're taking up roles like more and more like professional and specific roles in the industry, and they're like finally getting like what they've wanted to be involved with since they were like dreaming it, or were starting to work for it too. So I think that community is perfect to raise a communication, group of really powerful and
Yeah.
industry talented individuals, to get these positions. To hey, here's an opportunity. Like, go get it. Go get that. Go get that bread. Go get that opportunity. And just like Lauren Miller, I had her when I was telling you behind the scenes. She's a tour manager, and her early years of tour managing, like promoters and a stage owners, or venue owners, they were like, so like, oh, so where's the tour manager, or like, are you selling merch, like the merch goes over here,
Like,
like it's
oh,
just some
man.
nasty fucking sexist assuming shit. So thank
Yeah.
God that's changing.
And then on, like, beside that, Shelby, who's the owner of it, of Girls Behind the Rock Show, she tells, like, younger people that are just getting into it, like,
Mm-hmm.
put everything on your resume, even if you've done it for free. Like,
Right.
you could have 30,000 followers on a One Direction, Instagram, but that's social media management. Like, you put that on your resume, you build it up. No matter what you do, everything can go on your resume. And, like, she's just so awesome too, on just, like, giving people, younger people, like, this, the support and the direction that they need. So, and that's everyone, like, that's just men, women, non-binary, like, just, that's such a great advice. Like, put it on your resume, whatever you do,
Yeah,
you know
that's when I, in the early years of this podcast, that's how I reached out to the PR companies and labels. I was like, hey, these are the like these are the, like the popular people that have been on the show. Not saying that the underground
yeah.
bands I've had on, like, don't deserve the recognition, but like I wanted to highlight who was on so we can have a good conversation. Like, oh wow, like this person and that person. All right, we'll get you this person. I was like, okay, cool. Um,
That's
dude, and
cool.
we're not too far from each other. We're on the East Coast. You're in Jersey. I'm from Philly, and fucking dude, like you booked at the Barbary. You're an editor in chief at Rock on Philly. Like what a like. I was surprised we never crossed paths at a show or something out of all these years.
I'm sure we
Yeah.
had to have,
Mhm.
like, in passing, we totally did, and then just, like, didn't care about one another.
Because there's so many other people within the show. Like I'm sure we've been. I'm sure. Did you go to the Dance Gavin Dance show a few years back with Periphery and Covet and Don Bracco? Were you at that show?
I
Can't
think that's the
remember.
last time. I think that's the last time I saw Dance Gavin Dance was with Under Oath, but
No,
because it
it
was
wasn't
at
with
the
Under
Electric
Oath.
Factory.
Yeah, but Under Oath wasn't playing. It was their
Okay.
I think they were supporting Artificial Selection. So
Okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm trying to
No.
think if we
But
crossed paths, but yeah,
that
you.
show I fell asleep at because I was sick.
Oh no, what?
I fell
That's
asleep during
terrifying.
Under Oath though. Like, what kind of psycho falls asleep during Under Oath? I like had a really bad headache, and I just like put my hand on the barrier and just fell asleep.
Oh, at least you were there for the support, though. Like
Oh my god, I'll never forget it. Like
that's
my friend
funny.
just being like, "Do you want to leave?" I'm like, "No, I'm good."
Well, are you a casual person that like listens to music when you fall asleep? Like, so
Yeah,
maybe that was just like it was just soothing to you.
I've fallen asleep to Motionless in White like in my headphones, so whatever.
Oh my god, that's a TikTok POV. You're trying to fall asleep and you pick your background noise, and it's just like.
Like that is not lullaby music. Like secondhand serenade, you could fall asleep to, but not Motionless in White.
Holy shit, that's so funny, dude. And it's not like some sad boy fucking music like Wonder
No,
Years or something. It's like literally some Chris Motionless
screaming.
screaming in your ear, like saying really fucking dark words
Yep.
and shit.
Nope. Great sleeping music for myself. It prepared me for tour though. I could fall asleep on through anything.
Oh my god,
So
imagine that. Yeah, tour's not
yeah.
easy too. Like, oh god, you're just
Mm-mm.
like scrunched together. Everybody smells like dog shit. Like, it's not easy.
And I don't know if you like I am. Of course, no one knows this. I'm 4'11", so I'm very small, and band members took advantage of that. They're like, "Oh, you can be in small spaces," and I could, but it was not the best.
Right. It's kind of fucked up. Like, hey, Shannon, listen, like, we know you can fit over here, so if you're comfortable with it, like, do us a
Hmm.
solid. Like,
I
the,
would always I would always fall asleep like not standing up. That's awful. Like sitting up, and I could I would be able to like sprawl my legs out
Mhm.
because I'm so short.
You're a trooper. That's fucking wild.
Oh my god. I the only time I couldn't sleep that way is we were in Florida. And I don't know, I just never thought Florida got that cold during the nighttime. And I had this small ass blanket with me, and it got down to like 30, 40 degrees outside. And I was in the front seat, but not the driver's seat. I just like went over and turned on the van because I got so cold,
Oh my god.
just to get the heat. And then I forgot who was driving, but they woke up and he was like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm gonna freeze to death if we don't turn on this van for like 10 minutes."
That's fucking terrifying. Dude, tour stories, like, they're fucking crazy, dude. Like, the guys from Calling All Captains told me that they stayed at, like, a swingers house, and they were, like, terrified. They were, like, they saw all these, like, you know, usable toys for the bedroom and shit, and they're like,
Oh my
and they were
god.
getting hit on, and I was like, can we just go to sleep? We
That's
have a
so
show tomorrow.
much.
Like, please, 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 we want to play a show tomorrow, please.
Did you know that's what? So I found this out through TikTok. That an upside down pineapple, and like if they have that in their house, it means they're swingers.
Yeah, yeah.
And I never knew that. I was like, but pineapple is such an innocent fruit. Why would you do that?
I don't know what it means. I don't know why it represents that. Maybe it's some kind of cult, but like, dude, like it. I've
Yeah.
seen it in Florida homes when I used to visit my boy. I'm like, oh, I get it. I get it now.
Oh,
And I was like
okay.
23, 24.
I saw a TikTok someone got a pineapple tattooed on them, and then they figured out what it was, and they were like, "Oh shit, what did I do? Why did no one tell me?"
But it has to be upside down. That's the thing. Like, it can't be
It's
right side
true.
up.
Yeah, so SpongeBob is good to go.
It wasn't that TikTok has like made me learn so many fucking things. Like, they just this For You page just like throws information at me sometimes.
And most of the time it's pretty accurate. Like
Hmm.
I got diagnosed with ADHD, but because of TikTok, because like I started picking up on things, and I'm like, maybe I should go see a doctor. And I went to go see a doctor, and they're like, yeah, like that explains a lot of what you got going on. And I'm like, this whole time I could have been on Ritalin or Adderall, and it would have fixed all my issues.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Mm. That's why I talk a lot. Apparently, who would have known?
You'd be great for a podcast host.
I'm still not medicated, so we're good.
We're coming for you. We're coming for your favorite bands too. They can't wait to fucking talk to us. All right, Alan Day from 4 Years Strong. We're coming for you, dude.
Oh,
Like,
I said what was one of the first things we talked about. I was like, I got you. I'll get 4 Years Strong.
Dude, that
That's the
was so.
last thing I'll do.
And you were like, as long as I'm on the interview, I'm like, absolutely. Like, if you want to join in the conversation, fuck yeah, dude. I would love to have somebody that is passionate on the conversation. So it just
Yeah,
makes it
like,
more of like a worthwhile, like, just like listen,
hmm
because there's
like
gonna be
I
things
could
that you
just
know them more than
go
I
and
do.
like
Yeah,
interviewing them. Like I probably have a list of 100 questions I could ask them just because I've liked them since what, Rise or Die.
yeah. And you've interviewed them like twice through Absolute Punk, right?
Yes. I don't know if it was through Absolute Punk. One of them was through
Okay.
Absolute Punk, but I've interviewed them 2 or 3 times. One of them was at Warped Tour, and I hated Warped Tour press. It was too fast. Like, it was too much. Like, you didn't
Mm.
get to focus on any band. And then I was supposed to interview Ryan from Yellow Card, and he just like left the press room, and I was like, I'm never gonna interview Ryan from Yellow Card. So that could be on the list too.
Yeah. Oh, definitely hit him up for sure. I have to
Does Yellow
forward you
Card
all the
still
emails that
no?
I've collected over the year and a half, so we can start
Yellow
reaching out
Card
to these
broke up,
people.
didn't they? Did Yellow
Yes,
Card
but
break
Ryan
up? Yeah.
still will take an acoustic guitar and like perform yellow card songs like as an
Yes.
independent artist, which is very interesting to me.
I remember. I think that's because he toured with Newfound Glory in
Hmm.
2019,
Yeah.
didn't he?
Yes, he
Yeah, I
did.
was at
Yes, he
that
did.
show.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he played I think Ocean Avenue just on an acoustic or something, but
hmm
um still it's like you're I don't know. It's a weird scenario. I don't know if it has to do with like the legal rights or whatever, but they're
Maybe,
not
yeah,
a
they're
band
his
anymore.
songs.
They're not a band anymore. I'd have to go into the credits and see if he actually like wrote them or if it was like a collective effort.
I know he definitely wrote 10 because that song is heart-wrenching. It's about his girlfriend, wife, I don't know what she is, could be. She either had an abortion or she had a miscarriage,
Oh
and he
no.
wrote about the kid like he would have been 10. Oh my god.
Oh my god, that is depressing.
It's like just as bad as Brick by Ben Folds 5. That's another song that's, oh my god.
That is so
These bands
depressing.
know how to tear a heartstring.
Imagine trying to fall asleep to that song, Yellow Card 10. My
I
god.
could.
But when you listen to the lyrics, it's like, oh god, this is fucking depressing.
Well, I mean, normally I fall asleep to Law and Order SVU. So, like,
That's not
I mean, I'm just falling asleep to people getting. I'm not going to use that word, but yeah, we all know what a Law and Order SVU is about.
Dude, fucking apparently We Were Sharks is easy chord too, because I have them on my playlist.
I guess that makes sense.
I've seen it in like in Easy Core Revival. There's an Easy Core Revival group on Facebook, and the We Were Sharks is a very talked about band, which I think they're super underrated.
It's such a. I feel like it's such a blurred line between like pop punk and easy core because you really could. I mean, you can go back and forth, but like Man Over in the Wonder Years and all of those bands are like newer pop punk, and then you have like Fall Out Boy and My Chem, and they're considered pop punk, but they're really not because they're emo, but they're not. Like, it's just Warped Tour.
It's a clusterfuck, so we just call them Warp Tour. That's definitely the genre. They're Warp Tour bands, dude. Warp
Like,
Tour.
it's so annoying to try to have that discussion with people that I'm like, you know what? I listen to Warped Tour music. That's what I listen to.
God, that's so fucking
And
genius. I'm gonna start saying that. Let's start. I'm just gonna start saying that. You and I'll make Zach start saying that, and then like, let's see how fast it catches on to the scene.
because it genuinely makes sense
It
to
does,
just call
dude.
it the Warped Tour genre.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then if you really want to like go there with like Less Than Jake and Flogging Molly, like they can be punk. If they're gonna have a problem with it, they can be punk.
Yeah, that is true.
They are punk.
They are punk.
Yeah.
I mean, like Green Day was punk early years, and then they turned into pop punk, which pop just means popular. But like, they American Idiot was like their opus magnum, so it's like that really fucking thrived the band.
You know what one of my favorite discussions is, and like obviously super biased because Fall Out Boy is my favorite band, but like I love having that Fall Out Boy discussion of like, oh, I miss when they were pop punk. Like, I want them to be like Cork Tree and Take This to Your Grave and blah blah blah. And I'm like, no. You don't understand. They have always been popular music.
Yes.
Pete Wentz And Patrick and all of them knew what was popular, made the music of the time, because look what was on MTV in 2005, and then kept going with what was popular. It just so happens when they got popular, pop punk was popular.
Yep, that is true. But From Under the Cork Tree, like, fucking just shot that band into a massive success. Like, and there's so many underrated songs on this fucking album. Like, literally, my favorite song, dude, is the first song on the album. Our Lord made us change the name of this song so we wouldn't get sued. Like, just the intro is just fucking, like, you just want to run through a wall, dude. It's so incredible. Like, they nailed this album on the head. I don't think this is an album that doesn't have a skip.
No, 100% not. Like, that has been my number one album probably since it came out, and it has not left the number one spot.
So. I appreciate it more. I remember driving a couple hours and I was like, what albums am I going to really pick on to listen to and dissect? And I was like, all right, I'm going to do From Under the Cork Tree. Like, I just wanted, because I for whatever reason just came in my head. I was like, wow, this album needs to be appreciated more by my individual self. And then I listened to Last Chance to Dance, or not Last Chance to Dance, You're Welcome by A Day to Remember on the way up there too. And that wasn't an easy listen, but I enjoyed it. It's different, but it, like I said, it's just not, like, I'm not gonna put that album on. The only song I'm gonna put on that from that album is Last Chance to Dance. That's it, because it's just a headbanger. But I don't know what they were doing with that album. It took them way too long to come out with it. I don't know. Too many.
Well, they tried. They failed. And try again. The thing is like, I was kind of disappointed about the support on that tour that's coming around. I just like, and it's not bad support. I just was like, I don't know, it really made me not want to go to the whole show, because like their album was so crappy, and then on top of that.
But you know they're gonna play most of those songs though, because they're supporting the album. That's just how it usually works. Like, when these bands release albums, so you're like, if I go to this show, they're gonna play most of You're Welcome, and then like Downfall of Us All, and maybe New Jersey Legion Iced Tea, and then that's it. Like,
right, and that's why I'm just like, because if there was good openers, I'd go just to go. But like, I'm just not a fan of the openers. They're not bad. Who was the opener? What? I'm like,
for what? For like Self-Help or something?
No, for the tour that they're going on.
Oh, good question. I don't know.
I don't remember, but I remember being super unimpressed.
I think Pierce the Veil should hop on that tour. That would definitely boost the sales. I'd go for Pierce the Veil. What's Vic doing? Is he okay? Vic, where are you, bud? What's going on?
Right?
The fuck?
Oh, it was Asking Alexandria.
Oh, that's right. That's right. And they're like a butt rock band now.
Well, okay, have you seen American Satan?
No, I haven't, but I want to watch it so badly.
If you watch it, you have to watch Paradise City following up with it. Okay. Because they came out with the series to go with American Satan. Mm-hmm. And I am not a huge Blind Veil Brides fan. I just never got into them. I still think that the only reason why they wore makeup is because everyone else is ugly except Andy Biersack in that band. And they just didn't want to make themselves feel bad.
Handsome motherfucker.
Oh my god.
Jesus
but this
Christ.
Series is incredible. Like,
I believe you.
And like, it's Ben and the drummer of Asking Alexandria, and then Andy, and I think that's it. I think it's those three. And then there's someone else that's in the band, and it is the most accurate description, beside all the devil stuff, of the music industry that you will ever see. It's so good. I want to
watch it so badly. Maybe if I have time after my 10 days straight of work, I'll definitely take a look into it. Oh, you know what? I caught my eye. One of the cast members was from Sons of Anarchy. Bobby. I don't know his actual real name, but he's in this series too, and he's one of my favorites from that show. But Ash, the founder of Sumerian Records, was basically a huge part of this project, and dude, and he killed. Ash is incredibly fucking smart, dude. I mean, his whole label, all of the bands are super successful, but
and, like, not for anything, pretty great actors.
Yeah,
Like,
really?
for
Okay.
them being musicians and like obviously like they're very much musicians and only tour, like
Hmm.
Andy and Ben did a really great performance in that show and movie.
I can see Ben like really taking on that role like full force and like fucking like killing it. So,
It
and
was
Andy too.
just it was a it I cannot I want a second season so bad. Also Juliet Sims is in it. Which, you know, makes sense, but even her, she does so well, and like the cast is amazing, the storyline's amazing. I might rewatch it now
And
that I'm talking
and
about it.
and there's not a lot of like shows out there that like show the music industry and all that shit. So like that's what gets me all hyped up. Like I liked Motley Crue's The Dirt with MGK and all
Chico
that
Kelly.
shit. Like yeah, so I liked it. I think the book was better only because it gave you more description of like what was actually happening and such. But I mean the movie was definitely good. Um, but there was also a show on Netflix. It was called Hired Gun, and like it's not up there anymore, but long story short, it was basically like following five musicians who were, paid touring musicians that like toured with like Bob Dylan and like all these, and I think the other one was like a pop star or something, but
Yeah.
um they showed different sides of that industry, and like Bob Dylan's guitar player, like something happened where like Bob Dylan got like lost a lot of money, and it was through their management, but he thought it was through their musicians, and he's been their touring musicians for fucking like 20 plus years, and then they all get fired. Like it's just sad, dude. Like it's just crazy series, but like I just being a hired gun is really not a normal job anymore like it used to be, because
No.
like we have computers and technology, and as a drummer, like they can just literally like take sample drums and make it on a computer. They don't need to fucking bring me into a studio. You know what I mean?
Right.
The
Yeah. I
fuck?
mean, it's crazy how much you can do on your computer now, and then to play it live is a whole other thing. But like to actually create the music, it's way easier.
How many times did you go to Warp Tour? Because I've only went like 3 or 4 times.
11.
Wow, that's
11
sick.
different years, more than I went to a handful of dates for, like, I would go to usually Homedale in Camden. Um, so I've probably been to almost 20 work tours, just 11 years.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so like basically you went to multiple dates like in the same summer, in a
Mm-hmm.
sense. Yeah, because like if you want to see your favorite band, maybe they're playing at 8 o'clock, and then your other favorite band's playing at 9, and you're gonna miss
I
them.
know my ass runs. I do 15 minutes of one band, run to the other
Yeah,
stage, 15 minutes of the other band.
do the Naruto run, dude. Put your arms behind your back and just fucking full
Just
force. Just run, dude.
I'll never forget it. They moved the main stage into the Camden Amphitheater. Um, and I All Time Low was playing that year, and I decided I was going to go into the pit. I I really thought I was going to die. Like I was this close to being like, I'm not going to be able to get out of here. There's too many people. No one's like letting people not come in. And I almost got crushed. Like it was a movie. I got crushed.
That's crazy,
Um,
especially for an all time
Thankfully
low
I got
pit.
out.
No, thankfully.
Oh
You
my god, All
being
Time Low pits
are they
they're
just like
aggressive.
they're
No, I'm sorry. Aggressive is the
they're
wrong word.
aggressive. they're
They're the
passionate.
they're
I
probably
don't
the
know.
most intense push pits for no reason though. I'll never. I was in at the Electric Factory. They played, and this girl. I was in back of this girl. This girl looks behind me and goes, "You are not getting in front of me." And I looked at her and go, "Want to bet?"
Ah.
And popping champagne came on, and I pushed her ass out of the way.
Fuck yeah, dude. Pull out
Want
your
to
fist,
bet?
dude. Give him a knuckle sandwich and move the fuck out of the way.
I was like, "You look like you're 16. I'm 24. Get out of my way."
That's so funny, dude. Oh my god. Who do you think you are? Yo, you're tough for a 16-year-old. Like you need to fucking chill out.
But also, you're taller than me. Like, let me get in front of you.
Yeah,
You're
you're
an
4'11".
asshole.
That's not your fault. What the fuck? Like you're just born that way.
Yeah, like they're mean for no reason. They're aggressive and they're mean and they're all time low fans. I'm like, who? What?
Well, maybe it's just the obsession of having a massive attraction to like Jack or any other of the members because they are handsome men. So it's like I don't know,
They are
maybe that's a
handsome.
thing. Like just want to get as close as possible. You know what I mean? Speaking of Warp Tour, dude, when we were on it for 10 days, I have never been on such a very organized fucking schedule in my entire life. Like, that was the easiest, most smoothest fucking, like, yeah, it was like, how do you say it? Like, there was like a method to their madness, but holy shit, it
Good.
was super fucking organized. Like, you knew where you were going every morning, food tent, like, it was just like, and that's like, within a 24-hour situation. So granted, we were
They
the
would
first ones on,
literally
but
they would build a city and tear it down in 24 hours. Like,
it's insane.
the insanity of that. And now, like, the job that I have now, like, I work with large events, and seeing how, like, Bonnaroo gets put up, and like Coachella, and like Lollapalooza, and all of those, and like Warped Tour did that every day. Like, that's
Yeah.
insanity to think about.
The road crew was so fucking passionate. They thrived so much, dude. Like, as individuals, like, I remember the first day we showed up and the stage manager's like, all right, so you're gonna be here at so and so time, early morning, before the sun rises, to start helping us build the stage, right? I'm like, yes, sir. Like, you know what I mean? Like, absolutely. Like, we're in this together. Like, I'm not gonna bail. So I'd show up. I would do very minimum things. They wouldn't let me do like any of like the actual stage building, but like if they needed help with like running wires or something, I would do that. But it was a really fucking cool experience, and like everybody was on the same page. It was pretty fucking nuts. That's how I discovered Microwave. Was that year we shared the
Really?
stage with them on Skull Candy, and like they're the nicest fucking dudes ever. Like,
Oh, good.
fuck, dude.
I still
Tito's
have
my
never seen them live.
Oh, they're so underrated, dude. Like, as an alt
They're
rock
so
band,
good.
like, fuck,
Yeah.
dude. Like, oh, they're touring with, I think, Mayday Parade, which is huge for them.
Oh.
Because in the beginning of the pandemic, like, they were definitely struggling like everybody else was. And like, I'm so glad that they're jumping on a fucking gig package like that. It's so incredible.
God, there's so many tours, so many shows. Everyone's touring at once.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's like really hard to go to all of them. So you gotta pick and
oh
choose now.
God, my wallet hurts.
They're dead.
Um, it's like, I think this is like the one time, not one time. Like, I loved working at Live Nation when I did, but I'm like, man, I really wish I worked at Live Nation because I could just go.
How long did you work at Live Nation for?
Mm, 2.5 years.
Okay, that's a pretty long time for.
Yeah, and
Was it
they made
unpaid
me work.
internship or paid internship? Like, what was it?
It was unpaid into like a part-time type position.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
So, what? When I didn't even know they were going on tour. Now I'm like, what the hell?
Who? Microwave?
No, Mayday. Well, Microwave, yes,
Yeah, but
oh, here
Mayday,
it is.
September 7th through the 26th. It's
Yes,
mostly
it's
in the
not here.
South.
Yeah,
Florida,
that's
Florida,
why I didn't know
Florida.
about it.
Yeah, it's not our fault. And then Elder Brothers, Taking Meds. I don't know any of those bands. Oops, sorry.
You
I'll
don't know
take a
Elder
listen to them.
Brother?
No, I don't.
They're really good. I think you'll enjoy them.
Okay, I'll definitely check them out.
I don't know the other one, but I know Elder Brother.
And there are, oh my god, I want to go to this festival so badly. Level X
What
presents
is that?
Furnace Fest. Under Oath is headlining Friday. Taking Back Sunday is headlining Saturday. Killswitch Engage
Where is
Friday
it?
and Sunday. Oh, dude, it's like somewhere in the Midwest, I think.
Midwest killing it always.
It's in Birmingham, Alabama. What
No,
the fuck? That's so ridiculous, dude.
not worth
Fuck.
it.
Like,
Not worth
Taking
going
Back
there.
Sunday and Amberlin on the same bill? Shut the fuck up, dude. Mayday Parade's on the same bill, too? Come on, dude.
Birmingham, Alabama, that's Tornado Central. I
Poison.
can't do it.
It's gonna be so fucking hot. Oh no, September. No, it would be cool. It would be nice.
It's not the same weekend as Riot Fest, is it?
I don't know.
What day is it?
September 24th to the 26th.
Oh, okay. It's the weekend after.
Okay, so they were at least smart about that. Ooh, Thursday's playing with Under Oath. Man, that's a fucking band.
I wanted to go to Riot Fest, but then My Chemical Romance canceled, and I was like,
Every
never
time I
mind.
die. Dude, MCR, listen, like, if it wasn't for MCR, I would not be in this industry. So if anybody wants to if anybody enjoys what we're doing and what we're going to continue to do for the near future, just go to episode 2 and hang out and listen to my mentor talk, dude. That guy has fucking given me God, so much fucking information over the years. Like, yeah, he taught me how to play drums over um to an advanced level, but he threw so much business at me at the same time, which was so fucking sick. And I never expected like a mentor to do that, so I just got really lucky.
That's so great too. Like so many people can't say they have that. So
Yeah, like
you're
I wanted to
you're
play
so
drums.
fortunate.
Imagine being like 13 years old in your first fucking show. Like this is how I basically became an emo. He was like, "Here, I want you to take this CD and I want you to go listen to it." And like at the time, I was listening to like Sum 41, Breaking Benjamin. Who else was I
Awesome.
listening
Lot
to?
rock.
Linkin Park, like Hybrid Theory, Meteor. Like I fucked with that. Then all my dad's classic rock stuff and uh he handed me the album and I listened to it entirely. Like I was like, this album's fucking insane. Like this is so fucking good. And then he was like, I gave it back to him. I was like, dude, I was like, this is amazing. Like, thank you for giving this to me. Who is this? And he's like, you see this kid right here? I was like, yeah. He's like, that's my son. I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, dude. Like, do you want to go to their show? They're playing at the Susquehanna Bank on this date. And I was like, yeah, let me ask my mom. And like, fucking,
Oh, that's so
yeah.
cute though.
Yeah. And I asked my mom, like, can we go to this concert, please? They're so good. But he handed me Three Cheers for Sweet Revenge, dude. Like, what? Dude, it was the Used, My Chemical Romance, and Alkaline Trio. Like, fucking.
Wait, that was oh my god. I forgot what tour that was, but
I'll
basically all
Google
of
it.
my friends went to that tour too.
I was 13. It was incredible. Like, it was
Yeah.
such a fucking great show. Like, and I definitely got a secondhand high. Someone was smoking a bong in front of me, and I was being 13 years old. That's probably why I started smoking weed later on in life, but can't do that anymore. So
Oh my
sucks to
god.
suck. But
I
yeah,
wish I had a moment like that. Like I couldn't even tell you. I mean, like I know Fall Out Boy did it for me. Like that was like the band that I was like, I want to do something in music. I want to do anything in music. I need to be a part of this industry. But like I don't have a moment like that, and I'm jealous.
no, don't be jealous, dude. Like that,
It's
you
cool
have just as an
though.
you just have as much as a great first experience to emo as I do. It's just, I just, I
But
didn't think
that's such a
what emo was.
definitive moment. Like it's so cool to
Oh, dude,
have.
Cheech got me obsessed, dude. Like he he set me up, dude. He did, dude. He's fucking tricky, man. He's like, he's such a super nice guy. Frank, I haven't, dude. He's just so nice, dude. He just doesn't. He's just very humble and just loves to have conversation. I can't wait to get him on eventually, but we'll see.
You want to hear a funny music moment?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
that I bring up to my mom on a monthly basis.
Uh huh.
Um, so All Time Low is from Baltimore. So when they were first starting, they would tour here all the time in South Jersey. And my friends were super into going to local shows. And I was like seventh, eighth grade at the time. And my friend invited me to a show at a movie theater, like a rundown movie theater. Um, and I asked my mom. I was like, "Mom, can I go? Like, I really want to go." And she goes, "No, you're not allowed to go. Like, I don't know what this place is. I don't know who's gonna be there. Like, you're not even gonna want to go to shows in the next year. Like, this is just a phase." She literally said the words,
Wow.
"It's just a phase." And I'm not. I wish I could say I was exaggerating, but I'm not.
You're not.
Um,
You're not.
and now I didn't go to the show. All Time Low played. They opened up for Valencia.
Oh my god. I regret not
um,
seeing Valencia live.
and
Fuck.
apparently during that show, people were trying to leave when All Time Low started, and Alex ran to the doors and was like, "Please, whatever you do, just stay for us. Just like, please, just stay." And I don't know who stayed and who I wasn't there, but like
Right.
he ran, like begged people to stay.
Oh
Um,
my god. That's
but they were
early
first
all time
starting
low
out.
days. Yeah. Wow.
Um, and so I didn't go to that show because my mom told me it's just a phase, which makes it even better because it was All Time Low.
God, you could have been best friends with the guy. You know what I mean?
I could have.
Especially.
We're only 4 years apart. It's fine.
Right, exactly. Like you'd have been at one of his like early shows. Like, thank you so much for staying. Like bands mean that. Like they, dude, when bands,
Oh,
your local or your successful favorite band, your favorite band was once a local band. Like
I know. It's crazy to think about.
people don't
Like
get it
Fall
until
Out
they
Boy
see it.
playing in a room with 10 people. Like imagine
Yeah, there's a
in
picture somewhere on the
2001.
internet. There's a picture somewhere on the internet where that, you know, that there's a picture where there's like 10, 12 people in the room. It's like
Yeah.
crazy to think. Crazy. But like it
Now
doesn't
they're
happen
selling out
overnight like
stadiums.
that. It just takes time, and I think there was a lot of like if you toured a lot during those years, like you were pretty on the road for being successful in my opinion, especially if the music was good.
Yeah.
I can't find
I
the
mean,
tour.
like, there's obviously a little bit of luck to do with it, but like,
For sure.
yeah.
Like I got lucky. Like dude, the whole TikTok thing is so weird, and thank God the biggest TikTok I had, I put Poeta in, and I was like, okay,
Thank God.
thank God. Well, it's like because I'm posting about it, I'm like, oh, I hope they don't get sick of me. Like I get it, dude. Same shameless promotion. Like.
The whole industry is about shameless promotion. What are you talking about?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I just like they're like, we get
Did
it, dude. You're in a band.
when you did the stint with Warped Tour, did you play Camden?
I've only played. All right, so I played Homedale in 2013 as in a metalcore band on the Ernie Ball stage, and then
Mm-hmm.
when I was on 17, we just did the Midwest, which
That's
was
so strange to me.
okay.
Because
So
you're from here.
right, so the story is like it was somewhat of a competition, right? Um,
Okay.
but it wasn't. I don't know. Basically, like it was three bands. Skull Candy picked us, a band called Owl. They're like a
I love old. I know they are.
yeah, they're great, dude.
Yeah.
I love them. I talked to Jay on the podcast like early on. They're like a progressive rock
Mm-hmm.
intimate band, melodic
They went
band.
on tour with early November and Have Mercy in 2019.
Yeah, they almost got signed to Coheed's label. I forget what it's called, Evil Inc. I think it's called Evil Inc. But we were talking about that at the bar, like at the Skull Candy stage. They were really nice people. I talked to Seamus and Jay for a little bit. They were really humble people, super cool.
So it was you and Ole and who else?
There's a band called Small Talks. They were from I think Maryland. I don't know what they're doing anymore, but basically what happened was it was a voting competition, and we were winning the entire time because we had so much momentum as like a new band. Because Kevin's vocals just like really touched the souls of New Jersey, and like it was just like a
Should put that on a T-shirt.
it was just the perfect storm. But what happened was like we started losing votes. This is the first time I've ever talked about this story on a public forum.
Really?
This is interesting. Yeah, I'm actually kind of excited to talk about this because it's like we
I'm
were
badass.
we were deemed as like cheaters and shit. It was so dumb. But anyway, long story short, yeah, it was dumb. So what happened was we were losing like badly, and like the voting system was flawed. Like now, Old never even posted it on their socials, right? Like they never cared. So it was between Poeta and Small Talks. So um, what happened was my cousin. I used to live with my cousin around that time. My cousin and like another roommate, and he, he came out. They're all trying to help him vote. He's like, and he came out of the room. He's like, dude, I know why you're losing. What happened? It's crazy how the whole fucking voting system worked. All you had to do, it was very specific. You had to have an iPhone, and you had to go to incognito mode for your web browser. And when you vote, it doesn't pick up your IP address, so it counts every book click as a new vote. Yeah, and I was like, all right, this is how they're winning.
Well, that's faulty.
Yeah, so that's how they're winning. Because we knew they were being like basically like the voting every time we would get votes up and stuff, na- organically, they would bring their votes back up to 6.6%. It was kind of corny, but like we knew they were doing something, and we
That's
figured
so
it out.
annoying.
So what we did was we had a room full of like 30 people, and we said, all right, at 3 o'clock in the morning before deadline, we're all gonna just hit this vote button. So we had a group chat of 30 people, and we're like, all right, ready to go, and did it for 2 hours and won. Now they were not
You
happy.
didn't cheat. You loopholed.
Well, so did they.
Exactly. That's the
Right.
thing. Like the whatever site needs to fix the loophole.
Right, and it's just like, what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? Like start over. Like it just wasn't a good idea. Like I don't know. Like just in the moment. So we won technically. Now what happened was we were deemed as losers in an email, and because the band reached out to Skull Candy and was like, "Hey, like I don't know what they said. I don't want to paraphrase, but they were basically like we were deemed as cheaters and all this shit." And then our label owner Jeremy Weiss stepped in. He's like, "Dude, I'll call Kevin Lyman. Like, is this like?" you're supposed to be supporting these underground bands. Like, isn't that like what your method is, and that's what your message is? Like, isn't that what you should be doing? Like, if anything, you should have both of these bands play and just have them at
Yeah,
different tours and
agreed.
stuff. You know what I mean? Um, but it was kind of annoying because it was like, no, we didn't cheat, dude. Like, you guys figured it out first, and we figured it out second, and we played stupid until the last minute. That's basically what happened. You
It's
know what I
smart.
mean?
I mean, that's the smartest thing to do, because if you didn't, then you would just be going back and forth playing.
Right, exactly. So then Skull Candy made an announcement there was two winners, but they were so salty about it. Like, it just, we like lived in their heads rent free their entire tour on the East Coast. So they got the East Coast and we got the Midwest, which doesn't matter because, dude, we fucking, every show we played in the Midwest was huge, sick. But
I know I'm from the East Coast, and like I don't know where your main followers are from, but God, the Midwest got some good ass bands. I mean, you can argue they're better than the East Coast, and they have a more dedicated fan base than the East Coast. Like, I hate to say it, like, because I've got into numerous arguments with people on TikTok because
Mhm.
they kept calling modern baseball like Midwest emo, and I'm like, no,
Right.
they're from Philadelphia.
Well, they're from Philadelphia,
They're from
dude. New
Philadelphia.
Jersey.
No, they're
Like, they're
lying.
not
They're lying.
Midwest. Do not claim that, you frauds.
And then people are like, well, why are you so hyped about it? I'm like, because I went to school with modern baseball. They're mine.
Did you
They're
really?
Philadelphia.
Oh, that's so sick.
With I had a class with Ian.
Oh, that's
I
cool.
think he was a grade. We were in college. He was
Mhm.
a year ahead of me. But yeah, like I used to play at like Golden Tea House, which was like a Drexel like house show place.
Mhm.
And I'd see them at Golden Tea House all the time, which I think that's where not your graduation. The weekend was filmed. I think it was filmed at Golden Tea House, but
Okay.
I don't know. I'm sure someone will correct me if I'm wrong.
For sure, but that's still crazy though. Like that,
Yeah.
well, everybody's so close. Like Grayscale's not too far from me. They're like, I think Colin used to work at the Guitar Center, like in Bucks County, for a little
I know
bit.
one of, I forget. I forgot what his name is. He's in Grayscale, the one with the long hair. Does he have long hair anymore? I don't know what Grayscale looks like anymore.
I don't know, neither do I. They just released an album and it's pretty good. I gotta check out the rest of it, but
It came up on my release radar. I was like listening to it at the beach, and I was like, "Who is this?" And I checked my phone. I'm like, "Shit, it's Grayscale." Okay.
yeah, they have like a 1975 vibe slash Band Camino
Yeah, that
vibe.
I was not expecting that from Grayscale, but it was the song that I listened to was super solid.
Do you know the Band Camino?
Yeah,
Oh, they're so fucking underrated.
I love their songs All Time Low.
Which song?
The band they have they are featured in an All Time Low song.
What?
You didn't know? Oh my god!
Oh my god, dude, this is why I need your help. We're
Got you. I got you.
What
Well,
the
you know
fuck?
Monsters and Monsters
Yes,
with Black Bear and Demi. Okay.
correct. Yeah, I know that one. Yeah, I mean everybody knows
But
Black Bear now. I think that's like the joke around Gen Z. Like, I think someone's like POV going to like, "Oh, is this like a diet warp tour? Like, is Black Bear
yeah.
performing today?" Like,
So Black Bear. Well, so the song is called "Favorite Place," the All Time Low song with the band Camino.
that's sick.
But Black Bear went on tour with Fall Out Boy, and literally I came off of tour, and then like the next day was Fall Out Boy at Wells Fargo.
Mm-hmm.
So of course I went. But I was so tired. I looked like shit. Like there's a photo from that day. I look awful.
Oh no.
But I was like, here I am, Fall Out Boy, forever support. But like I was drinking at the bar while Black Bear was on, and now I'm so upset about it.
It's okay. I'll come around again.
Oh, I love Black Bear now, but I'm very into the emo hip hop stuff. Like I really like it.
Yeah, I do. Well, Chad Tepper. Well, he's not really emo pop, hip hop. Youngblood, Mod
Yeah.
Sun. They're pretty
hate
good.
that
It's
I
definitely
like
different.
MGK.
Yeah, MGK like revived the whole scene, which is I'm very thankful for. So,
I'm thankful, but also that's exhausting.
that's a lot of pressure, dude. But it's like so funny. So like I have people like at my job that are like, "Yo, like MGK pink guitar, fucks. Like they're just like they vibe with the whole album. I'm like, all right, so and I sent them my playlist. Like if you like MGK, you're gonna like all these bands.
Okay,
Trust
yeah,
me,
like all of them.
like all of them.
Um, well now, so you know how like I just called the genre warp tour. The
Mm-hmm.
newer stuff we can label Travis Barker music.
Travis Barker. We'll just call it the Travis Barker
Well, there's
genre.
Swancore, so we could have like Travis Barker core.
Yeah, Barker core.
Barker core.
Barker core. Jesse Lee
Oh,
deemed it as new punk, and I think it's gonna stick for
new
a while.
punk.
Yeah,
Oh, that makes sense. It's not as fun, but it's fine.
he coined the term. He's a smart
New
dude.
punk.
I love that
I like
motherfucker.
that though.
I like it too. He's just really fucking smart. Like he's gonna be something special one day. I don't know what he's gonna do, but he's basically like the emo Carson Daly right now. Like
Yeah, he is.
he's taking over TikTok by storm.
Man, he's always on my For You page.
Random question. Are you a sports fan at all? Like, do you have any favorite sports teams?
I like the Phillies.
Sick. You're not a Cowboys fan, right?
Oh my god.
Oh, thank God.
I can't.
All right.
I also, from living so close to Philadelphia, I can't do that.
No, don't please, for the love of God. I was like, I don't know if I can have someone on this team that's a Cowboys fan. Like,
I actually don't. I don't really like football in general, but I'm not a Cowboys fan, nor am I a Patriots fan. I hate the Patriots.
Go Birds. That's all I say on this podcast is go Birds.
Well, I was reading a comment thread, and it was talking about like the top like worst teams or like cities of their fans, and like Philadelphia wasn't mentioned, and I'm just like, did you not hear our saying that no one likes us and we don't care? Like we're not top, we're top. We're the worst fans ever.
I think Oakland was pretty bad. Some, but like the Raiders fans, like in Oakland, they were pretty bad, and it's usually teams that don't have a championship. The fans are just very, very fucking sick of everything. Like,
so now we're good because we got the Super Bowl.
We're good.
So now we're not annoying anymore. Is that
no? Because now we're deemed as like a one-hit wonder now, like a. You know what I mean? Like a 90s hit song or something. So we're still salty. Like, no, we'll come back. Like, but
I would like the Phillies to win a World Series again. That would make me happy.
That would be nice to, dude. They're actually one of excuse me. They're actually one of the worst baseball franchises in the MLB. Like, they have the most losses, I believe. Like, it's the stats are crazy. Like, they've only been to the playoffs like so many times. Like, so like the amount of years that this baseball has been around, like they've been to the playoffs the lowest amount. Like they're just not a good ball club at all.
Forever support.
The Philly Fanatic. I know we're struggling here. The Philly Fanatic is just like thrives that franchise.
Top 2.
Bro, Gritty fucking made my day, dude. When he was released, I was like, I wonder what this motherfucker's gonna do. And it's so funny. There was like a video of him and Dave Portnoy, and he was in Philly. They were reviewing pizza or whatever. And when Gritty like pushes you or punches, he squeaks like, eh. And I'm like, dude, I would love to fight Gritty. Like, just like just beat him up, and just like he just has that like squeak every time you get hit. Like, that's so funny, dude. He's so funny.
I love the timeline of like. He got announced, like, everyone knew who Gritty was, and everyone in Philadelphia was like, what the fuck is that? And then everyone else goes, ew, what the fuck is that? And Philadelphia immediately goes, do not talk about Gritty. Fuck you. He's a national treasure. How dare you? And that was it.
And everybody loves him now. Everybody loves him. Literally everybody.
Like, he is definitely, I mean, I'm totally biased, but, like, in my opinion, the Fanatic and Gritty are top 2.
Absolutely.
Mascots. Like, absolutely. But the Fanatic will always be number 1 in my heart. Like, I love the Fanatic.
Even though they had to like give him like a makeover, I still enjoy the Fanatic.
Yes. Mm-hmm. He's just so lovable, and he's just so cool. I love him. I don't know who's in that suit, but I love them too. Imagine that being your job. Like, imagine putting on your resume, Philly Fanatic.
It's a good gig. What gig are you applying for if that's on your resume? That's my question.
Another mascot, I assume. I don't know where you can go
what else
from
are you
that,
supposed to do?
Like, I mean, what I guess football probably makes more money than baseball.
I wonder if it's a paying gig, because you know what pisses me off? The cheerleaders don't
They
get paid.
have.
They
They don't. I
It's fucked
remember
up.
there was an Eagles cheerleader in one of my college classes, and I remember her telling me that, and I go, "What?"
Out of the billions of dollars that they fucking make, they can't pay their cheerleaders to show up for 8 games. And when they go to the playoffs, like, you're doing more, especially if it's at home or if you're in the Super Bowl. Like, come on, dude. Like, what the fuck? Like, what are you doing? Like, just
Well,
pay
it's
them.
like
Like,
not paying. It's like not paying college athletes. Like
oh, and
how?
then that
Like
whole thing's changing now. That
I
whole
know.
thing's
Good.
changing. I think that's one of the beneficial things like that came out of this pandemic. Unfortunately, was like the college athletes are going to start getting paid because, dude, they're putting
They
their
had
lives on
to.
their line, and they're making the schools so much money. Like, why isn't Trevor Lawrence getting paid like at least a fucking sponsor cut for like everything that he's doing for that
Because they're
franchise,
not
like
allowed. It
for that
wasn't
college?
originally like you're not allowed to get sponsored either if you're in college. Like, wasn't that originally what it
It
was?
was, yeah, and now you're
Yeah.
allowed to. That's just like the beginning of this whole hot mess. But like, even like, and they're even talking about like rookie contracts. They're saying that there's a discussion going around. I don't know if it's like being put into place, but that it's say if you're drafted first overall, like Trevor Lawrence was this year, he's gonna get paid more significant than the next pick. So like, there's gonna be like a pay system for
Like a
draft
hierarchy sort
rookies.
of thing.
Yeah, like if you're the first overall draft, you're gonna get paid. You're gonna get paid the most out of all the rookies,
I
and
think that's
it just
fair.
trickles down. I think it's fair too because they're all the same. Like they
Yeah.
all, everybody has the same opportunity to really get hurt in their end of their career. That's. I mean, the NFL is a really dangerous sport, so it's like they have to compensate them now. Like you have to.
Yeah. Like, imagine getting a concussion or two. Like, uh, it'll damage you forever.
Yep.
There's a whole movie about it.
Yeah. Especially with the Aaron Hernandez documentary, that was so sad, dude. Like that dude was
It's
just like.
terrible. I never would have thought I could actually talk about sports for that long. Good for me.
Let's get off that topic, dude. All right, who do you want to bring on this podcast?
4 years strong. Next question.
Okay.
I'm just
Who
kidding.
else? Who else?
There's like a handful of like smaller bands that just like they always pop up my release radar or like honestly they pop up on TikTok. Like it's crazy. But I've been listening to and I originally like I commented on this guy's TikTok, didn't realize it was his band's TikTok,
Mm-hmm.
and I was being mean, but I wasn't intentionally being mean. I
Shayna.
thought I just okay. The situation was he was like he was saying that tours were gonna get canceled, and like I get real defensive when people start talking
Oh,
like that because like I get really nervous for my job.
right.
And I was like, well, maybe move out of Florida and bands won't tour or bands won't cancel on you.
That's
And
not being mean.
I
That's just being honest.
yeah, but also like total dig on where he lives and where the band lives.
Well, it's because Florida's a
Um,
cesspool.
but he ended up being really really nice, and he's in the band's called Brave Weather,
Mm-hmm.
and they're really freaking good,
I'll have to
like
check them out.
so solid. And it's like literally all I've been listening to, like
What's
since
the
we had the conversation on TikTok.
What's
But
the
he was so
genre?
nice
What tour?
about it that like I apologized within TikTok. I was like, this conversation has been so great. I'm gonna go listen to your band.
Right, exactly. No, that's true. You're just talking shit on Florida because it's a cesspool. Hey, you know what's simple? If we all get vaccinated, then we can have tours again. That's all.
Yeah, I know. Shocker. Who would have thought? I know we
I
weren't
don't know.
following each other at the time, but I went on a nice ass rant on Instagram. So yeah.
As soon as I can
Mhm.
get vaccinated, see, I wasn't able to get vaccinated because I wasn't qualified. Because obviously, the people who like have pre-existing conditions like deserve to get that first, understandably so.
Oh my God,
But I got it in.
Pennsylvania was a shit show.
Yeah, it was really hard to get vaccinated. Now it's like they have so much vaccines, like they don't know what to do with them, and they're just hanging out in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I got vaccinated as soon as possible, and I think we're gonna have to follow up a booster shot. I don't give a shit. I'll take the booster shot too. Dude, I
I.
have this sickest 5G in my arm. Like if I put my phone like right here, I
It's
have
just
like the best
attached.
service, dude. My tail's starting to grow.
Oh
It's looking
yeah,
good.
love it. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah. I mean, these are not bad things. 5G. I get phone service all the time, and a tail. Cool.
Having a tail is like basically if it grows out long enough. Like let's say if it grows out to like 6 feet, like dude, I could definitely like pick up a beverage with it. I don't even need to use my hands. What the fuck? Like
Exactly. Yeah. You
I'm
can like
just
turn off the light while leaving the room without using your hands. Yeah.
right. I'm
Mhm.
multitasking. It's just
Yes.
evolution at its finest.
Um. Another band, Bearings. That's
I love
actually like a
Bearings.
bigger band. Bearings
What
for
was the
sure.
last band you just said? What were they called?
They're called Brave Weather.
Brave Weather. Got it.
So good.
I want to put them into my
Um,
listening playlist. It's private, so nobody knows who I'm listening to.
I found out that mine wasn't private, and I remember getting a text message, and someone goes, "You're listening to the Chainsmokers," and I was like, "Excuse you." I'll never forget getting that text message. Why
Why is
are
that a
you
negative
listening to
thing?
the Chainsmokers?
The
I was
fuck?
like, I like the Chainsmokers. Go away.
Yeah. Who do
I
you
listen
think
to
you are?
trashy
Fuck
EDM.
off
Don't
fuck off with
judge
my
me.
taste. Fuck.
Oh
Eat a
my
bag
god.
of
Like, I'm not
dicks.
a rave kid. I can listen to the Chainsmokers.
Yeah, right? What the fuck? Jesus Christ.
I'll just never. And then I put myself on private. I was like, now I'm afraid. I don't people looking. See what
Yo,
I'm listening to.
you know what's crazy? You know what? I think it's a generation gap, but I forget what video I posted and on TikTok, and somebody didn't know that
Are you
the
gonna make me
guy from
feel old?
Skrillex was the vocalist for
You're gonna
from
make me
First
feel
to
old.
Last. I was like, oh no, it's the same guy, my dude.
It's the same person.
Sunny.
Sunny Moore. Oh man, yeah, same guy, same guy.
Same
But good
guy,
for
same.
him.
Dude, when they released those singles from First to Last with Taylor Larson when they got back together, it sounded really good.
They did. Oh man, that was
I wish it
my
did
first
more.
concert.
That was your
It
first
was a
concert?
Black Clouds and Underdogs tour. So it was
Wow.
Fall Out Boy, Hawthorne Heights, All American Rejects,
Oh
From
my
First to
god.
Last,
Oh
and the
my
Hush
god.
Sound.
Oh my god, dude. What a lineup. What a fucking lineup. I think Reggie and the Full Effect played that tour too. I just missed them though.
They did. It was the Hush Sound did half of the tour. Reggie and the Full Effect did the other half.
Reggie
That
and
was
the Full
yeah.
Effect was pretty big, yeah, back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And then they stole him, and he was the synth player for My Chem when the Black Parade was released.
A thing.
Yeah, I saw
When the
them
Black Parade
perform.
was a thing.
I saw him perform Black Parade when they toured Linkin Park with Minutes to Midnight. That was a concert. Holy shit,
Man.
that was a concert. Never saw him live when they released Danger Days though.
I've never seen my Chem live. And I will.
We
Next
will
year I will.
eventually. Eventually,
So
I think they're writing an album, in my opinion, and that's why they're
I
like
kind of
holding off
don't
on
want
it.
them to.
I
I'm
do.
like afraid for them to. Then again, I was afraid for Fall Out Boy to write music too, so here we are.
Well, I did an evolution of Fall Out Boy. I did a series of bands evolving over time, and it was like really long and drawn
I
out, which people appreciated that.
I saw it.
And the people and the Fall Out Boy one, people were like, "Oh, it's the best to worst in their discography." I was like, "Oh, like that's not nice."
I have a theory, okay? And I have asked this question to almost any person I meet that likes Fall Out Boy. Your favorite album is From Under the Cork Tree, right?
Correct.
And you're the same age as me.
Correct.
So I have a theory that people who are my age, their favorite album is Cork Tree. People who are 4 years younger than me, their favorite album is Infinity on High. And people who are 4 years older than me, about 4 years, their favorite album is Take This to Your Grave. And I have yet to be proven wrong.
I could totally see that. And like to be honest, dude, like Infinity on High wasn't that bad. I did enjoy some of the songs. I think Foley was an underrated album by them.
Yes, 1,000,000%.
That was actually a
Couldn't
really
agree
good
more.
album. Yeah, that was just one of the albums I was like, wow, they really did something different here. But I think your theory is correct because I think
Yeah,
it's just the way that when you discovered them as a band
like the age
and
that you're at.
relevance, yeah, that's just what album you like the most. I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
I've never seen Fall Out Boy live. I would like to, but I
They
don't know
came to
what they
Hershey
plan.
Park. They came to Citizens Bank. You missed it. It just happened. Where were you?
I don't. I don't know. Where was I? I don't know.
I went to both.
I don't know what the fuck I
Oh
was
man,
doing. I need to grow
I
up and go to
was
some more
I
concerts.
was crying,
Oh, I bet you were,
crying.
dude.
Oh my god, oh my god, just the best. They're the best live. I can't.
They're definitely one of the
Oh,
bands that do well live for sure.
the people. The people who bought um my house prior to the one I live in, we sold like during the pandemic.
Hmm.
Um, the people who bought it are actually legit friends with Fall Out Boy that we found out. So they walked in. Obviously, we weren't at the house when they were touring it, but I had like from under the court tree, like hung up.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I remember like they wrote because like I don't know if you know this, but the real estate market is like insane right now. So
Oh
they
yeah.
literally wrote a letter to us saying like why they deserved the house, and they like they didn't mention that they knew Fall Out Boy, but they were like, you know, we're music people ourselves. Like I'm in a band, my brother is a producer, blah 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 blah. So we end up meeting them, and we end up talking. We get along. We're like friends with them now. But he takes a picture of my tattoo,
Mm-hmm.
and he sends it to Pete and Andy, and he shows me the text message, and it says Petey. It says Petey, and I was like, oh my god. And then Andy actually responded, and he was like, oh, that's sick, like blah blah blah. So they got me a signed from Under the Cork Tree record from them.
Oh my god, that's amazing. Holy shit.
I'm like, it's my house. Like they bought our house. Like that's how I met them. Like in what world?
Wow.
Isn't
That's
that an insane
incredible.
story?
I love that. But no, but like, and the value of that for them signing under the court tree is like, I can only imagine. Like,
Crazy.
obviously, it's a priceless item to you, but I'm just saying, like, someone would love
Yeah.
to have that in their collection if they had one. Like,
Oh my god.
fuck.
But like, and if it wasn't for COVID, like he was like, you know, next time Fall Out Boy comes around, like, you know, we'll take you backstage, da 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 da. And I was like, I can't physically, mentally, emotionally handle that. So we'll see. But now because of COVID, it never happened.
Oh no, but you still got the signed album though.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, what was it? It was like a week or two prior. Like Fall Out Boy had to cancel a bunch of dates because someone on their crew tested positive, and I'm just like, they're not risking anything on this tour.
No, there's no way. No, absolutely
Yeah.
not. Which is good though. A lot of the
Mm-mm.
bands that are
Yeah.
canceling are doing it for the safety of others and the people that they, their families and friends that they're completely surrounded by.
Mm-hmm.
They're just doing this. They're just being safe about it. I get it. Like, it's their decision. They can do whatever they want. They'll eventually come back and tour when this is all over. Like, it's been over
Right.
2 years now, so I'm like, ugh, I'm just ready. Like, I don't think Dance Gavin Dance is gonna cancel that tour though. Like, this whole Afterburner tour is like almost completely sold out.
Yeah, and like that album was so incredible, and then they couldn't tour on it.
Right. Yeah. There was a
Same
lot
with
of
All
bands.
Time Low. Like they
Yeah.
came out with Sunshine, not Sunshine. Yeah, Sunshine. And nothing. And 4 Years Strong too. They came out with
God,
a
that
record.
was
They toured for
such
like
a
a
good
week.
fucking album, dude. My God.
I was so impressed because like I have such a love hate relationship with their discography,
Hmm.
but like this album is incredible. 17, I could listen to it on repeat. Like it's the best song on that album. It's probably also the most cliche song on that album. Of course, it's my favorite.
Brain Pain is the album, and my
Mm-hmm.
go-to was Get Out of My Head, but that's everybody's personal. Did you ever hear the rumors that they have beef with the Day to Remember?
No.
Really? Okay. Let me see if I can find this Reddit forum. I want to talk about it real quick, and maybe like if we ever get Alan Day on, which I'm sure we will, maybe we can like see if he's willing to talk about it and to like
Right.
debunk the myth because nobody has proof. So basically, like it was the Easy Chord tour. No, it wasn't called an Easy Chord tour. It was called something else. Long story
But I went to
short,
that tour. I remember.
4 years strong and a day to
You
remember.
need to go on Reddit more.
Beef. The Reddit's got some fucking information. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, like the overall story was like the 4 years strong was positioned at a higher a spot on the tour for the lineup, and then like a day to remember like kind of like bumped them down because they were starting to blow up in a bit in a sense, and I think they were touring with Newfound Glory.
Yeah.
The theory is the second sucks. The song is about 4 years strong, but has not been proven. It says, who is this?
Look at this
Have you seen the
tea.
video? I feel like this song is just a big fuck you to the haters. I am a huge fan of both of these bands and have been for years, so my mouth dropped when I heard this. Is there any way to confirm this? Some sort of news article mentioning it or in an interview? I'd like to have a source before I believe it. So the rumors are out there, podcast, how the scene failed 4 years strong. What? How did we fail them? Aren't they're pretty successful?
I mean, yeah, I think they're still doing shit.
I think
And
they're
like,
underrated. That's for sure.
oh, they're definitely underrated. Well, they're not underrated to me. They're my second favorite band.
What year was this? This is 2010. It saddens me to bring you the news, but it looks like as 4 Years Strong have dropped off the upcoming A Day to Remember Soundwave side shows on the show as well as Set Your Goals and This Is Hell. This was back in 2010. KillYourStereo.com.
What's Chad's last name from Newfound Glory? Is it Gilbert?
Gotta love the internet. It is Gilbert. Chad Gilbert.
So he's a songwriter on Second Sex.
Oh, are we gonna start like fucking debunking this myth right now? Are we gonna be Charlie Day from Always Sunny with like the shit in the background and all the things pointing to one another?
First of all, I already told you about my spiral on the Warped Tour thing with that Reddit thread.
Oh,
so, like,
talk about that real quick because we talked it behind the off record.
I'll forever be mad about it. So some guy on like beginning of quarantine, so April, May 2020, and he wrote a Reddit something about like he was with his girlfriend for a handful of years, and he found a picture of her and him on Warped Tour. I'm sorry, he did not say Warped Tour. He said a nation. A touring nationwide music festival.
Yeah, like a cross country tour.
A cross country music, yeah, cross country tour festival. Well, there's only one of those.
Literally only one.
Especially back in that day. Like I think it was like I want to say it was 2015 maybe. I think that was the year. I need to find the Reddit thread, and then we can deep dive. I'll deep dive with you.
Okay, that'll be a whole segment.
But yeah, so everyone, like the whole scene, got involved. And like I remember a writer from Billboard started making a thread about it. Like it was a whole thing. Apparently he came out and he said, if you guys donate $10,000 to Live Nation Cares, he'll come out and tell everyone who he is. I guess the $10,000 got donated, but like he never announced himself. And to this day, we still don't know who it was. But it's a lot of people have been marked that they are not it. So, for a while I thought it was oh my god, what's his name from State Champs?
The vocalist?
No, not Derek. He's in Speak Low. He's the singer of Speak Low If You Speak High. So that one, the side project. What is his name?
I'm not sure.
But like I really thought it was him for a second, and then that was debunked. So, but that was my like leading person. Because it had to have been a small band, but also it could have been like a band like yours that was only on the tour for 10 days. So like there's so much to
debunk. There's just so much to like capture and like really find like out who this person was. Like sometimes you can pinpoint it,
right? But also it could be some dude like in his like early 30s just like riding this Warped Tour high of like being on one date and thinking he was on a cross country tour.
Right, so, exactly. Yeah, it could have been a local band. Battle of the Bands. All right, so here's this real quick. This is from what is this? This is from Tumblr. Oh my god.
I love Tumblr. I love Tumblr.
Let me highlight this so I can read it because it's really hard. The text is hard. A Day to Remember in 4 Years. Paul reveres Midnight Ride by 4 Years Strong versus Second Sucks by A Day to Remember. Okay, this is interesting. A Day to Remember and 4 Years Strong were both supporting acts for Newfound Glory. During the tour, A Day to Remember got more publicity than 4 Years Strong. A Day to Remember and their tour organizers asked for 4 Years Strong to change time so they could perform longer. 4 Years Strong refused and started an angry rivalry. Well, we can't confirm that. That's not a fact. That's just an opinion, I think, or like
that's
a
myth. To ask though.
These two songs were written about that fight between 4 Years Strong and A Day to Remember, and it's Paul Revere's Midnight Ride and then Second Sucks, which we can't play on the podcast because of copyright, but like we'll definitely have to like take a deep dive into that. But like I don't know. I think it's just all bullshit. I think it's fake, but
it has fun though. I mean, the whole Taking Back Sunday brand new thing, that's for sure confirmed that those two
That's
songs.
that's real. That was like, dude, I just slept with your girlfriend or wife. I forget the whole story, but fuck.
I mean, I am not. I know that a lot of people's favorite band is brand new, and I know a lot of people really like Jesse Lacey. But
Hmm.
like, why was anyone surprised when what happened? Jesse Lacey's a dick.
Yeah, I
So
know.
I don't know why anyone was surprised when like shit went down with brand new.
There's
But
always
also,
no. I'm
I
sorry.
just don't. I was gonna say I don't love them. So like, I've been really really lucky that no band I've liked has gotten in
Had
trouble.
fucking problems like
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a lot of problems. Like there's a lot of fans out there that separate the artist from the art. Um,
Can't do that. Oh wait,
they
no, Front Porch Step. I like Front Porch Step. Never mind.
yeah, that was a situation. That was a
Yeah,
whole situation in itself. Fuck.
that
I
was a fun
never
Warped
really
Tour.
liked Front Porch Step. I mean, like that's uh, I mean, Tyler Carter's starting to come back after his allegations, which were proven true. So I mean, he's doing like an independent like songwriting stuff, but Issues isn't really doing anything right now. They don't have a vocalist. I don't know what they're doing, but
Oh, and Michael Bone's not in it.
who's not in it?
No. Oh, that's What Was Me. No, that's Issues too. It was Michael and Tyler. Yeah.
Yeah, Mike.
Remember What Was Me?
Yeah, God, that was such a fucking problematic band in itself, dude. My God, they were so
Yeah.
good too.
They were so good.
Tyler Carter and Michael Bond, like really, like that era. What was me, dude? With was it Delinquents? I don't want to get that wrong.
They were a
Um,
fearless band, weren't they?
they were
Yeah.
Rise.
Rise. Okay.
It was
They
Numbers
always
the
toured with
album.
um
Delinquents was my favorite song by them, but they were on Rise Records. This was like the prime for like Memphis Mayfire, Devil Wears Prada, Asking Alexandria, which is Sumerian, um, I See
I loved
Stars.
We Came as
We
Romans,
Came as Romans. That was the To
The
Plant a
Word
Seed era.
Alive.
The Word Alive. Abandon All Ships. Jamie's Elsewhere. Fuck. Miss May I. Color Morale.
Oh,
Color Morale is so underrated.
I loved Abandon All Ships. Like loved Abandon All Ships.
They were underrated too. They had a lot going for them, and they just became whatever.
uh,
But Scarlet
and the
Drive, like Moss of Flames, yeah, that whole era.
was it We Don't Give a Fuck, We Just Came to Party. Oh.
We were such weird fucking kids listening to that kind of music, dude. Like, it's still good though, but it's just
Yeah, but
funny.
I would never listen to new post hardcore. Like I'll always go back to it. Like I'll listen to the Word Alive, but like not new Word Alive. And
Post
like
hard.
I'll listen to huh?
Oh no, go ahead. I'm sorry. You
Oh
listen
yeah,
to the
like
new Word Alive?
yeah, just like all old post hardcore I listen to, but I'll never I don't think I've ever in since like 2012 or 13, I listened to a new post hardcore band that I just liked and I think I just aged out of the genre, which there's no problem with that.
No, not at all. Like, Memphis Mayfire got shit for one of their albums, which they came back with the vengeance and they wrote a really good album recently. But these metalcore bands do turn into like post rock, post hardcore bands in a sense. Like, I don't know,
Look
like,
at Bring Me the Horizon.
yeah, Bring Me the Horizon is the perfect example of a band evolving and succeeding with it. Like, they just, especially with like Sleepwalking, like the it just, dude, I don't know, man. They just hit it on the fucking head. I swear to God, like
And
they knew what they were doing.
oh man, I'll never forget when that song went viral on TikTok. I was like, is it what year is it? What? Why are we listening to Bring Me the Horizon again?
Yeah,
The
and
song came out almost 10 years ago.
dude, and Sempiternal was just like, dude, like when they were on Warped Tour with that album, like August Burns Red played it, and then Bring Me the Horizon played Sempiternal, and like, dude, everybody flooded to that fucking stage. It was like 2013. It was, dude, oh my God, because we
My
played.
first word. Oh no, keep
That was
going.
your first
Sorry.
Warped Tour,
No.
2013.
I was gonna say my first Warped Tour. I remember The Devil Wears Prada was like on main stage, and so they were really big then. So like that whole era had like a good 4 or 5 years of like super strong.
Dude, metalcore took over for at least 5 years. You're absolutely right. Like
Yeah.
2000, I say like 2011 2010 to like 2015, 16 because, and the peak was definitely 13 because we played in 13 one day. Dude, every fucking band was metalcore.
It's
Um,
nuts.
Kellen, well, it's like Kellen Quinn and Friends now, but Sleeping with Sirens, they released Cheers to This. Yeah, I know that's what I call the band sometimes.
So basically, it's Brendan Urie and Friends too. So there you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Cheers to This dropped. Um, Challenger dropped by Memphis Mayfire. Like, it was just a good year for metalcore, but like the whole lineup was like post-hardcore metalcore. It was insane. The Used played nobody, and that's the crazy thing too. I remember seeing Bert like sitting on like his I see him sitting on like his at his merch tent on a table by himself, just like looking down, texting on his phone. Like nobody cared about Bert. I was like, oh man,
Wait,
what's up, dude? Like
wait, Bert?
from the Used.
Yeah, like Bert McCracken.
Yeah.
No one cared.
No, everybody was focused on like Sleeping with
That
Sirens
makes
and
me so sad.
yeah, I know. He was just hanging out. He was just hanging out. Nobody wanted to talk to him. I don't know. People wanted to watch Sleeping with Sirens, I guess. You know?
Oh my god, these children.
Well, they're not children anymore. I think that was 8 years ago.
Oh.
God damn it.
I saw TikTok and it was saying something about like what was it? Oh, not Safe Rock. Oh, American Beauty, American Psycho. Like got them through their like post high school years or like their high school years, and I was like, oh, From Under the Cork Tree got me through mine, and that album was like 15 years ago, and I've never felt so old in my life.
Oh,
I was like, how
God.
old are you? Like, how old are these people? They're like 12.
It's crazy, right?
Oh, it was a weird dynamic with the Hella Mega Tour because, like, obviously Green Day and Weezer are older.
Mm-hmm.
And they have like older fan base because they're older. And it was just so there was parents with their literal teenage kids, but the parents were there for the bands, and then the kids were just there because they had to be there. And I was like, I don't know what. I was like having an existential crisis just watching Fall Out Boy.
These kids don't even know what they're experiencing.
I was like, what does this make me? Am I old? Am I qualified to be old now? And then the one kid in front of me was just like recording, just straight face, just recording Green Day. And I'm like, do you even know the song?
Fuck, that's crazy. They don't. They're just like hanging out. Like, okay, mom,
With their
when's the show
parents.
gonna be over? When's the show gonna be over? Can we go home, please? Oh my god, that's crazy.
Oh man, I think about that on a daily basis since the show.
Dude, like, but like, we're thriving in our 30s right now, so it don't matter. Like, everybody's making money, everybody's doing their thing. We got this podcast going. You're on the podcast now.
I'm so excited.
Big member, dude. I was ecstatic, dude, when you were so, and that's the thing too. So like, you basically just were so proactive from the start. As soon as I emailed you, you emailed me back, and then I told you like, hey, can we do tomorrow? You're like, yeah, for sure. And I was like, actually, we can do today because you're gonna be at the beach. And you're like, oh, I can do today. And then you were like, oh, I downloaded Skype. Like, you were just like on the ball, like ready to go. I was like, dude, like, this is great. Like,
you're like, oh, can I call you in 5 minutes? I'm like, sure.
No problem.
I literally was sitting in this spot, so yeah.
God, it's so fucking cool. So fucking cool. I mean, it's just the opportunity is here for us to like really talk to these artists and sit down and like get a conversation out of them, and eventually, you know, we'll talk about it in the future and stuff, like, but you'll eventually get your own segment, like whatever you want to do. Like, we just gotta collaborate. Like, that's all. Like, we just gotta like work together. And dude, you know what's the best part? Like, you're not too far from me. When we do start doing this in person, bro, like,
I know, it's easy.
Yeah,
like,
it's so crazy.
I never even looked up how far you actually were from me.
Just say the time, please.
I'm so sorry.
I'm an hour from Tom's River, that's for sure. If anything, I would just
You're only 45 minutes away.
Oh, that's glorious.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
I mean, depending
glorious.
on your actual address, but I don't know how big your town is. Like, I have no idea.
It's small-ish.
Is it? Yeah.
Kind of. There's a lot of surrounding towns around me.
Oh, I was thinking where you live is way more west than I thought.
No.
Yeah, it's not, like, at all. Wow. Okay, like, I can see Wow.
I'm smack dab. I'm the perfect fucking fit for this industry. I'm smack dab in the middle between the Philly scene and the New Jersey scene. Like I'm
Yeah,
literally in the
you
middle.
are.
It's sick. Like
Shit.
everything is like the same amount of driving for me to get to like venues, shows, jam, whatever.
I am South Jersey, so, but not like Hick, South Jersey.
I didn't know there was a Hick, South Jersey, but I
Oh,
know
it's
now. Oh
it
god,
gets real. It gets real.
it gets real
You know how they
yeehaw.
have Pennsyltucky?
Yeah,
Uh, they need a word for it for South Jersey too.
Jersey Tucky.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, like some of these people, I'm like, do you think you're from Alabama? Like, you live in New Jersey. Can we stop?
Yeah, seriously. No, come on, dude. Like it's 2021. Like you live in
I went
Jersey.
to go
Stop it.
pick up my dog from Harrisburg, and I was in a different world going through wherever. I don't know how we got to Harrisburg, but going through that area,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, holy shit.
Just completely full
It
of
was
hicks.
yeah, I mean, I know you would have never known Biden was running for president at the time. Like you would have never known there was another
Wow.
person.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like a whole cult over there. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
they just,
I
they
mean,
just.
best part though is when we did pick up my dog, it was the day Biden won. And so it was fun riding through that area.
Oh, they were so. They were probably so fucking miserable, dude. Like
Yeah.
they couldn't
I don't
fucking handle
I don't
that
foresee
problem.
them being happy people in general. So
Right, right, right. It's always about me, 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 me. Like,
I mean, look where they live. I mean, no, I don't even care about your political affiliation, but
right.
that sounds like it feels like an awful place to live. There's nothing around.
I can't do that. I can't do that. I'll get super bored. Like I had to live like I wouldn't mind living in the city, but it would have to be Philadelphia. Like I would never live in New York City, but I would definitely live
Never.
in Philadelphia, depending on the area. Like I would want to be somewhere where it's like very diverse and like want to like go to like local bars or breweries and all that shit. And then it's also affordable, but at the same time, like I don't mind being in the suburbs, but I don't feel like cutting my grass.
I don't think you've described a place in Philly that exists. So you said as soon as you said affordable, that everything went out
That
the
is
window.
true. Yeah, I mean there are areas where
Everything
it's
went out
super
the window.
diverse. Yeah, that is true. Um, Fuck. I just
Oh
don't feel like cutting
man.
my grass. How dumb of a concept that is to cut grass.
Yeah.
Think about it. Like, what the fuck is the point? Like, why don't like what does that do? It just waste it. It pollutes our fucking our local
I've
trash dump
never thought about
and
that
waste
ever.
gas. Really? I think about that all the time. I'm like, this is the dumbest concept I've ever fucking seen in this country. Like,
Yes, I'm like never in my 29 years have I ever contemplated that, and I'm crying.
oh my god, you are crying.
Oh my god.
That's the dumbest concept I've ever fucking heard, dude. I'm like, we should really find an alternative so that way we're not destroying the environment every day by wasting gas and also fucking just like filling up our landfills with grass cuttings. This is so
I don't
stupid.
know. My dog gets really upset when we don't cut the grass.
Right. Well, because it's
He
gross. Like it
doesn't.
gets tall and shit and bugs are all over the place. But when I cut the
Yeah.
grass, like, dude, I just let the grass like sit on the lawn and it deteriorates. I don't throw it away.
Oh yeah, we don't either.
Yeah. So
Oh my god.
that's just
Oh
one of
my
those
god.
American things.
That was unreasonably funny. Like there was no reason for that statement to be as funny as it was.
It's like a mind fuck because it's so true. It's like, why do we do this? Like, what are we doing?
It does feel stupid. I've never. Oh man. That is the best conversation. If you're ever gonna start a that should be your go-to to
Oh,
start a conversation.
but anyways, but who else do you want to bring on the podcast before we close this? For You're Strong, we're definitely gonna get a hold of.
So for your strong bearings,
Bearings. Okay.
apparently I'm on a Paranoise tour kick.
Yeah,
God,
that tour
who
looks
else?
incredible.
Oh my God, I don't even know. So many. I could.
Contact your old buyer for your house and see if you can get Pete on. That'd be crazy, dude. I would let you run
Maybe.
that. I would literally be the co-host, and I would let you run that whole thing. Like, dude, that would be all you. I would just let you do whatever you want to do. I don't care.
I don't know if you can tell by my face, but I'm spiraling because I never thought about it. But like it. All right, I'm gonna
Anything's
contemplate
possible,
that.
dude. Anything's
I don't.
possible. If Kevin Lyman could be episode 1 and we can get like Andrew Wade and all these people on here, like we can get Pete from Fall Out Boy for sure.
But like, imagine like reaching out to a publicist afterward, like saying, "Well, Pete from Fall Out Boy came onto our podcast." Everyone would say yes.
Exactly. It's
well,
all who you know.
Yeah. Movements is another one. I freaking love Movements.
Oh, they're so underrated.
I forget the lead singer's name, but I think he was having a really bad day at Warped Tour because he wasn't very nice to me, but I really do believe it was just a bad day because I've never ever heard anything bad about him of like him being rude. So he's on Warped Tour. Like it's grueling. So I really just think he was having a bad day. So he wasn't his best.
Yeah, and that's because they do it every day for like 3 months straight sometimes. Like it's grueling. We did it for 10 days and our vocalist was like getting tired. Like Kevin was getting tired. Like he did 2 days of vocal rest of not talking for out of 10 days. Like, dude, and we had a day off. So it was just it's not easy.
I hate when fans like take one bad experience and then don't put anything else in perspective. Like I
don't understand.
Yeah, and like I was a little upset that like I didn't have a good experience, but also like I put in perspective like everything else that had been going on at the time. Like, I mean, we're talking the Homedale date of Warped Tour, meaning, I mean, they are well into Warped Tour by that time, because it's always like mid-July. So yeah, I would love to interview Movements because I do not believe that my experience was how he actually is.
No, absolutely not. And you're at least giving them like empathy and such because you know what it's like. But there's a lot of people that just don't get it. Like especially when you're a kid, like they don't get like when artists are miserable. Like let them be miserable. Like they're not gonna be dickheads. Just
they're
like
humans.
Yeah, dude. Like they're doing their best to like live their best life, and like touring is really one of the most gruesome fucking jobs out there. Like people think it's like a vacation, and it's really not, dude. Like you're starving. You're eating shitty food. Like you're not really taking a shower every day. It's hard.
You didn't have Goalkeeper on your podcast yet.
No, I didn't, but we got to get him on.
That will be very easy.
I still have a list of people to send to you. By the time this episode comes out, we would already recorded it, but Rory and Mikey from Savage Hands and Rory from Dayseeker are coming on, and I can't fucking wait to drop that episode. I think it's gonna be sick. My TikTok following, the community, loves Dayseeker. Absolutely loves them. Dude, it's crazy. Like I put Dayseeker on there, they freak out.
Okay. I'm upset I miss Calling All Captains. I really like them.
Oh, they're great people too. They'll come back on. We could do a drinking segment. It could be Nick, Alan from 4 Years Strong, and us two.
Yo, that'll be fun.
Right?
There we go. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea. No, but I found them through TikTok too, Calling All Captains. And ever since I found them, like that's all I've been listening to. I think it was like midway into COVID. And I was like, shit, they're so good. And then I'm like, I keep finding all these bands and no one's touring.
Right.
It's so aggravating.
It is aggravating. I totally agree with that.
But yeah, I mean, there's just I'm gonna give you. I started like, there's a band. There's so many small bands that I like. But like, there's a band from the UK. They're called Home Truth. Okay. They're so good. Okay. I'll give you a list, but a lot of them are small. I mean, like obviously, all the big bands that I would want to come on the show are all the bands that everyone would want to come onto their show.
For sure. But so, we're one of the lucky podcasts that like are able to acquire these bigger bands.
That is true.
Very lucky. I've seen like a couple other podcasts, like they've had big bands too and such, but
God, you should get Shane Todd and then you'll do like a podcast versus podcast. From Silverstein.
So cool, dude.
Because he's the lead singer. That's his, right? That's Shane's podcast, lead singer.
Yeah. I wonder if he's gonna stop it when he tours.
Oh.
Because like basically he's doing it because of the whole COVID situation. Like what else is he supposed to do?
Sorry, because of Silverstein, because they're on tour but can't swim. Can't swim. The Plot and You, they would be love them too. Sorry, if you say one band, I'll all of a sudden have like 14 bands named.
Dude, I'm the same way, dude. Like it just fucking spirals. It really does.
Transit when they come back, because it's gonna happen.
Yep.
Uh, whenever it happens,
Whenever it happens, yeah.
we'll get Joe and Tori on. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We've built good relationships with Fearless and Pure Noise so far, so I think like any of those labels, we could definitely like kind of nitpick what we want.
Yeah. Well, you saw Transit posted. That's why I say what I say.
Yeah,
Transit
absolutely.
posted, so like they're gonna come back. They have to. Wonder Years.
Oh my god, I would fucking be super fucking stoked to talk to them because they're from Philly. Now, I'm not gonna act like I'm a fucking huge fan of Wonder Years. Like, I just got into them recently, so
That's
yeah. I think they're
valid.
good. I think they're good. I just never, but they're a different type of pop punk, dude. Like, and people are probably gonna give me shit for that. Oh, you're from Philly. How do you not like them? I'm like, I don't know, dude. I just didn't get them in all the podcasts. Youth Found's coming on. Oh, I gotta email Mark back. Youth Found's coming on. I would like to get Real Friends on.
Wait. Newfound Glory?
Youth Fountain.
I thought you said Newfound, and I was like, that? I feel like that should have been a bigger statement than you just said.
Yeah, like it should have been a little bit more. It should have had a little bit more enthusiasm behind it. Newfound Glory.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, Youth Fountain. Okay. They're really good.
Yeah, they're really
Real Friends,
good.
yes, especially with the new lead singer, like Dan's out. So like, I love their new songs. I didn't think I was gonna like, because like I love Dan's voice. A lot of people disagree, but whatever.
Doesn't matter.
But like, yeah, I love Real Friends, and I really like the new singer. So I'm like literally going on my my Instagram to see who I've seen live in the past 3 years.
And we'll talk off record like how we're gonna get a hold of these bands, but like anything is possible, dude. So like we're really in a good position right now to take advantage of this, and like with you really helping out and following up with everything, like I couldn't be any more happier for you to join this because this is going to be so sick. Like I'm just ecstatic. Like look how easy we just talked to an hour and 40 minutes like it was nothing.
See, remember how you made the joke about the 2 hours? Not a joke anymore.
It's coming to a reality.
Not a joke. Eventually, we'll figure it out, but we're gonna have to put a rein on it. Like we'll have to put some sort of stop, like so we don't talk for 2 hours.
I know. Yeah, we'll be very well. I could just always edit it. You know what I mean? Like if the segment goes out of control, I could just cut like a 20-minute conversation that isn't really going to be that good. Like we could think about like, do you think this conversation piece was good? Because I could cut it out. And, like I'll just ask for your opinion.
That's solid. That's a good idea.
So
that's the stuff I would never want to do.
See, that's the difference because like we used to do this live in the beginning, like I was telling you, but like it kind of like throws people off because like when you're talking to a stranger, you have no idea what they're gonna ask you. Like you could really take advantage of that in like a very negative way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you don't want to like. I don't want to do that to anybody. I don't want to make anybody feel uncomfortable. So it's like, like even though I want to call out the people who deserve to be held accountable for their accusations, but we'll get there at one point. They should just fucking watch their back. That's all I have to say. I love this scene. I don't need it to be ruined by fucking scumbags.
No, now we have like a whole other mess of issues of if you decide not to get not to get vaccinated, it's like you don't deserve to be here.
No.
There's a whole other fun group of people. I'm really curious of why Simple Plan dropped that tour.
I didn't even know they dropped.
They dropped, and like a part of me is like they said it was because of COVID and like they wanted their family and friends to stay safe and blah blah blah. I just like I don't know. It was such weird timing. I feel like the tour was just about to start. In my head, I'm like, did they get into an argument? Maybe like they couldn't come over because they're Canadian. Like I
never thought of that.
I feel like there's more to the story, and I'm so freaking nosy.
Yeah, that's why we do this stuff, but I don't know what it is. Like that's the thing too, is to pull these stories out of like what is going on in the scene, like, and get these questions answered. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, one can only hope. I feel like the most logical thing is they're Canadian and maybe they couldn't cross the border, but also like if that's the case, like is Bearings gonna have an issue? Because like I will be devastated if they do not play the Pure Noise tour because they can't get over to the border.
That's crazy.
Or
Pop
if they
punk's
can
still
come over, they
dying.
can't go back.
Yeah, it's true. Fuck, man.
It's
This is wild. I just want us to go back to some kind of normalcy. Like, especially like
I know.
touring full time. Like I wish that, and Simple Plan and Newfound Glory tour is like such a huge fucking bill already. Like,
Yeah, and they dropped. They're done. Like it's not happening.
yep, they
It
released a long
sucks.
statement.
Mhm.
Good
And I've
Charlotte's.
only seen Simple Plan at Warped Tour, and I was like really excited to see like a full Simple Plan set. I've seen Newfound Glory a million times. I don't need to see him again.
I've seen Newfound Glory never, so I have to check them out.
They're very good
I
live.
didn't
They're
grow up with
so
them
they're.
as pop punk. I don't know why.
No, I was super into Catalyst, and like that was it. And I feel like that's an unpopular opinion because everyone's like Sticks and Stones. I'm like, yeah, Catalyst is my
Yeah,
album.
because that's the
Sorry,
album I like too. But like, I think I was just so in the direction of My Chem, The Used,
all
and
those.
Paramore, dude. Paramore. I was on a fucking like obsession with Paramore when they were dropping music. Obsession.
Haley Williams, she can sing, man.
She's the queen of emo. I will fucking crown her right now, dude.
Yeah, I cannot. I can't argue that. Uh, hate to be the person to from one female led band to the next, but Stand Atlantic is so freaking good.
Dude, that single Death Wish is a fucking bop. I jam out that song all the time. So
Yeah,
good, dude. Holy
like
shit.
oh, I love Nothing Nowhere too. I'm seeing him in when is it? October 6th.
You'll probably
Um,
see Meet Me at the Altar there too. I think they're touring with him.
they are.
Yeah, they're touring with Kohi too. It's crazy. How do you feel about Hot Milk?
I don't actually think I've listened to them. I know who they are, but I
They're
don't think
really
I've ever
good.
listened to them. So I need to
You'll love them.
listen.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
both. Is it Bonnie from Stan Atlantic?
Is it,
That's her name.
maybe. I actually don't know her name.
She's dating the girl in. They're in a relationship from Hot Milk.
Oh, okay.
It's super cute. Makes me feel bad inside.
Uh, Another band, You, Me, and Everyone We Know.
What's that? What?
Sorry, I say that
No,
like
it's
so
okay.
quick.
I just like was can't do two things at
The
once. I'm a goddamn
the
fucking
band
caveman.
You, Me, and Everyone We Know.
You mean everyone? I've never heard of them.
They were at my first Warped Tour actually. They've been around for my first Warped Tour was '08 since for 12 years, 13 years. Um they're just constantly like on and off, on and off, on and off, but like they actually just posted something that it was like every band that we associate with that play with they have to be vaccinated or they can't play with us. And I'm like,
applaud to you. Thank you. Thank you.
mm-hmm.
We need more bands like
But
that.
they're so good. I mean,
It is Bonnie.
uh
She's super cute.
they're just such an underrated band. Like they should have gotten so much bigger than they were. um they talked shit in one of their songs from the Dangerous Summer, which was fun. They like literally mentioned Cody Payne's name in the song. Like it's
cool.
very obviously about the Dangerous Summer.
Nice. That's pretty sick. I like that.
It's called I think the song is Shock and Awe. But yeah.
Okay. I'll have to check them out. I'll have to check them out though.
Yeah.
Oh, Youth Found's on Pure Noise. I forgot. So yeah. So
We'll just get everyone from Pure Noise, Hopeless, Fearless. I'm sure there's a handful of other labels. We'll just get everyone from all of those labels.
We're trying. I mean, we haven't touched Sumerian yet. Sumerian was very straightforward. They wanted numbers.
Sumerian.
They wanted numbers, and I was like, I'm not mad about it. Like, but they're not wrong. You know what I mean? Like, they want their artists to be on something that can really help them with some media during a pandemic.
Yeah, but also like if they're not touring, who the hell cares?
Right, but I've never had an artist from Sumerian. I don't think I've ever had an artist from Rise on
Who's
yet.
on Sumerian right now? Like what's one band?
Asking Alexandria.
Oh, so it's still
Born of
that genre.
Osiris, Veil of Maya, Animals as Leaders, Peripheries off the label, IC Stars, but they're like MIA.
I'm so mad they did a 10-year acoustic tour of fucking 3D.
So sick.
I bought tickets and then I realized it was an acoustic tour, and I've never been so pissed.
Wait,
I don't
why?
want to hear 3D acoustic.
Yeah, you want to hear 3D live. 3D was I saw them when they were teenagers, and I was a teenager too. It was at the Croc Rock in
Me
Allentown, PA.
too. Yo, I
Were
got kicked
you
out
at
of the
that
Croc Rock.
show?
No, I was at the one. I may have gone to more than one show.
It was 3D.
I know, but who toured with them? Did
I can't remember.
was it For All Those Sleeping and Abandon All Ships in that tour?
The Smashing Pumpkins is signed to Sumerian Records. What?
That realization. That's random.
Okay. I mean, cool. I mean, Circa was signed to Sumerian Records for one album, so I mean, like, that's cool. But what?
Let's get Anthony Green on.
Oh fuck! God,
Bet
I
you
would
we
love
could get Ace.
possibly. I would love to have a conversation with Anthony Green. That dude is a fucking genius.
I
Lyrically,
saw his family in Ocean City because they were on the beach.
mm-hmm.
And my first instinct was to cry. Like that was my reaction. I saw his family. I saw his wife, and then I started to cry because then I saw his children, and then I saw Anthony.
His babies are so fucking beautiful.
I'm so obsessed.
He's
with
got such a
children.
little. He's got such a little happy family. I love it.
Oh my god, they're beautiful. How can you create such beautiful children? All of them.
He's a beautiful person, dude. That's just who he is.
And Meredith is too.
Yeah.
She's like, oh my god.
I know.
I don't even like Circa that much, but I love his family.
I love Circa. I was supposed to go to the 10-year Blue Sky Noise tour, but
Did it sell out? Because it's not until April.
No, but at the time I didn't have a job, so I got my money back. So, and in order for me to take off of work, I have to do 4 weeks in advance. So that's kind of frustrating. But don't want to get into that conversation. Yeah. So,
that could be an offhand conversation.
We'll definitely hit up these labels and definitely try to get some of these artists on. I know some, we didn't touch anybody from Sumerian. I would love to talk to Kelvin Quinn actually. Because he's doing a lot for the scene of like building it up, and I think artists need to take into perspective with what he's doing. He's like basically just like retweeting like underground band musics, like or musics, underground bands music, and he's featuring on bands and stuff. Like he's just doing a lot for the scene, and it's just like helping it thrive and stay, and like bring in the next generation of bands. So I think artists should be more like Kellen Quinn, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, like again, Sumerian, so it's gonna be hard. Rise, would love to have a Spirit Box on, that'd be sick. But we're like I said, we didn't have anybody from fucking Rise on, so okay, so that's all cool. We got a lot of
these labels.
Oh, I had Sergio. He's an Adola, but they just got signed recently. But yeah, we're gonna have some really cool guests coming on. Dude, Shana is like, you're literally like the perfect fit for this fucking project, and I can't wait to just start getting to work. Like, this is gonna be so sick.
I'm so excited. I have not been this excited in a really fucking long time.
I'm excited too, because like it's so nice to bounce back off of ideas within this scene, because like I felt like I love Zach. Like Zach, I'm not talking anything bad about Zach. Like he's not in this scene, he's in a whole different scene, and like I support that. And like I like him, and he's a really well communicated person. He's a super intelligent and great bass player. But it's hard when I'm like in this scene by myself. I'm like, I need help. Like I want someone to join the team, and that would like really fucking thrive with it. And like, dude, you're just perfect. So it's sick that we're doing this.
Right. And I love established bands, but I also love new music. So it works.
Oh yeah, 100%. It definitely works 100%. So I know it's been a little slow lately on this side. But now that Shane is here, we're gonna really start fucking getting this ball rolling. It's gonna be sick.
Picking it up.
But yeah, congratulations, Shana. Yes. We're gonna fucking start kicking ass starting tomorrow. But no, let's do it today. Let's do it right now. Let's start kicking ass today. Let's do it.
Yeah. I mean, like, not for anything, but like, I'm gonna leave here and then get dressed and go to a show. So right from there, who knows? I might find the next Fall Out Boy at this show, and we'll bring him onto the podcast.
Oh, let's go.
You never know.
Your favorite artist was once a local band.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Facts.
which is why local shows are so important.